Dr Claire Maguire, and this week I actually want to talk to you about meditation. So, we've sent out over the weeks various meditations, and Kundalini meditations in particular, and they all have various reasons why we do them, all these different outcomes, etc, etc, etc. But I thought maybe we could get back to some basics around meditation, because often people will say, I can't meditate, I have too many thoughts in my mind, I get distracted easily, or I get bored, or whatever it might be. You might well have something going on in your mind regarding meditation. Or, even it's too difficult, although, ultimately it isn't difficult because we are just sitting. But it's this whole concept that we're not perhaps doing that we find hard. So meditation, on the whole, is nothing to do with particularly emptying the mind. Perhaps if you had a most amazing practice and you've been doing it for years, you might get to this empty stage, but that's what people think that they need to have. But it's more about not engaging with the thoughts. Okay, so a thought pops up, oh my God, what am I going to have for tea? You don't answer the question, you just recognize that the thought has come up and it just passes. Alright? So in a nutshell, that's meditation. We just sit and we just observe the breath and we don't engage with the thoughts. And by doing so, we can start to clear the mind, and so the thoughts that might come in are more profound, or they're more beneficial, or they give you a greater insight, right? And they help to renew your body and recharge you. But if you need a helping hand with meditation, I actually do want to tell you one of a easy meditation that you could do anywhere. Alright, so you could just be sat on the train, you could be, at home watching TV, and you might think, I just need to spend a moment perhaps going a little bit more inwards so that I can refocus and I can recharge myself up. So it is a pulse meditation, and by that I mean that we find the pulse on your wrist. I did get a tip by somebody once that we don't try and find our pulse like this, but we turn the hand to the side and we should be able to find the pulse a little bit easier. When you find the pulse, you're meditating on the beat of the pulse, alright? So you're not meditating on the breath, because the beat of the pulse will be faster than the breath. So we can slow the breath right down and then feel, as I mentioned, the pulse, and then we can put mantra to it. Now we can choose any mantra. We can use, say, an English one. We can use I am. I know that I've talked about I am before in a different video, but we can use I am, and it's like you just claiming yourself. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. And you're doing this I am every time you hear a beat in the pulse. Okay? If you prefer a Kundalini mantra, you could use Sat Nam, which is truth and identity. So it'll be Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Now, the reason why this one works kind of quite well is because you're, one, focusing on your pulse, you're focusing on this mantra, so these words, and you're having to make sure it's not timed to the breath. So the breath and the pulse being different kind of scrambles the brain, so to say, because we can get quite used to it's nice long deep breathing and I'm focusing on my breath, but the timings are different, okay? So there's three things going on there which can help you sink into a meditative space. As I mentioned, it'd be really easy. I could just sit here and go, I am, I am, I am, I am, to the beat of my heart, okay? Nobody need know that I'm particularly doing anything. You don't have to particularly shut your eyes. You could just stare out the window, and it looks as if you're daydreaming. Okay, so I would love you to practice this and give it a go, and to really disconnect yourself from these thoughts that come up. They're just coming up and they're going, they're coming up and they're going, they're coming up and they're going, and before you know it, you're meditating. Okay, so give it a go. Have fun, and I will see you next week. Bye!